Guys, the politics that goes on in this industry is choking. I mean, it's not my place to talk about them. It's never been my intention to talk about it because it is dangerous considering the fact that I'm still in this industry. I know it could get out there and I'll be in trouble with some producers, but this particular one, I'm going to talk about it because it choked me to my neck and affected my eyeballs, legit. Hey loves, hi, welcome back to my channel. Oh yes, I am super excited and I know you can tell that already, and by the time I tell you the story, y'all will justify me for being so excited, really. But first things first, if you're tuning in for the first time, you're welcome. My name is Philldella, aka the Captain. Join this gang so we fly together, okay? I am a Nollywood actor as well as a YouTuber. All right, now that we have that out of the way, let me go into the story time, which is long overdue, by the way. I've been trying to make this story for the last 1 week to no avail because the schedule has been super tight. Yeah, bro, I'm out here filming the movie Royal Dominance for Star Kings Productions. We happened to have a break and I quickly had to get in here to quickly record the story time video for you guys, and I think this is probably the first time I'm actually sitting down to record you guys a story time video, just because it is very inspiring. Yeah, right. So a while back, before I came into Nollywood, actually I had a couple of companies that I was intending to work with for one reason or the other, right? I was always like, I'm going to work with this company or that company, either because before I got into the industry, I've been seeing their work, the kind of productions they make, the kind of celebrities they work with, their kind of storyline, and everything is just right on target. So I'm like, when I go into Nollywood, I'm going to work with this company or that company, you get. But then coming into Nollywood, I've been able to work with some of them, some of which I'm still to work with them. Now, one of those companies that were on my list to work with at all costs was Remy Jess Productions. Oh my god, guys, I always wanted to film with Remy Jess Productions because he makes incredible films. Like, I started watching his films and I was still like in primary school, right? And he's one of those people that started taking our Nollywood actors abroad to go film, you know, make an international film or make a Nollywood movie in America and stuff. Back in the days, it was such a big deal, but he made that happen, and his productions are always so dope. So I always told myself that someday when I go into Nollywood, I'm going to work with Remy Jess Productions. But honey, when I came into Nollywood, working with Remy Jess Productions became rocket science. Like, everything I did to try and, you know, get across to the CEO of the company so that, you know, I could be given a chance, whatever, didn't really click, right? And I didn't get to know when they're having their auditions, at least for me to go for them. So it was just so hard. Now, sometime in March, right, I'm at home and I get called that I need to come play a movie in which I'm doing 5 scenes, and I'm like, 5 scenes? No honey, I can't come do 5 scenes unless the character is super relevant. But then I didn't have access to the whole story to know just how relevant this character is in the whole story, you know. And actually it was Vicky, the makeup artist. She was like, oh, they needed a particular character, because I know you're gonna kill this character. I'm like, girl, I can't come and do 5 scenes just like, I mean, it is not a thing of pride. I'm very conscious of not going back to things I've outgrown, okay? There was a time that I was dying to just get 1 scene. There was a time that I was dying to get just 2 scenes. I've passed that. Now I don't do 5 scenes. I don't even do 10 scenes unless it is super relevant in the story, all right? It has some kind of strength in the story. So when I say I don't do 5 scenes, y'all don't come for me. I'm just trying to say that I want to know the relevance of the character in a story before I go for it, because I've outgrown just jumping into a story because I'm called for it without understanding the strengths of the story and the strengths of my character in the story. Do you get? So when the producer himself called me again and insisted, not Remy Jess himself, but the producer, he called me and insisted and said, you're gonna like the scenes, like you're gonna like the character, whatever, that you're gonna be a fiance to such and such an actor, right? And I'm like, it's not about whose fiance I'm gonna be, it's about the character. What about it? I'm not freaked by celebrities unless the ones that I love legit, and even at that, I love them outside the movie, not in the movie. Do you get right? So the second thought, The producer was like, you would like this. I'm like, nah. Now, when I thought about it again, I'm like, wait a minute. This is Remy Jess Productions we are talking about. I guess this is my chance to show him that I do deserve more than 5 scenes, right? So maybe if I do well, he's probably going to want to work with me on a regular. And who knows, he might probably give me better roles because, yeah, I know that happens a lot. Once I film with a production company, they end up casting me back to back on a regular and giving me better roles, right? So having thought about, this would help me get Remy Jess attention, I decided to go do the 5 scenes, right? When I got to that production, I was supposed to do the movie. I have changed, you guys, and wore my costume. We were running lines. I'm about to film. When we started running lines, in fact, let me tell you whose fiance I was supposed to be is Frederick Leonard. By the way, he's an incredible person. I'll get to that, yeah? Now, when we started running lines and I changed costume, the director said he didn't like my costume. I should go do a change of costume. When I went back to the costumier, she gave me something even better to put on. By the time I came back, the director said he doesn't want me to play those scenes, that I was too good for just 5 scenes, like the way I modulate, the way I talk, that he just wants me to do something better. Now, honey, guess what is that something better he wanted me to do, sweetheart? 1 scene of me being a prostitute that has to confront a pastor. Really, what is the strength of a prostitute confronting a pastor in the story, really? So I'm thinking, how do you say I'm too good for 5 scenes and you want to decast me down to 1 scene that is not even a spectacular scene? But then, there are some kind of politics that goes on sometimes in this industry that is not my place to come sit down and talk about it in a video, right? I'm not going to call which director's name, but it pained me. And Remy Jess himself, that's the CEO of the company, he wasn't present because he's a big man, right? For the most part, he could be out of the country and his productions are going on because he pays the right people, professionals, cinematographers, directors, writers, everybody is on ground. So his filming can be going on, but he's not present where we are filming. Maybe he's out of the country or he's in his office, he's got other investments, so he just comes up occasionally. He already has a producer that oversees everything that is going on. Do you understand? So it's not like he was present to see all of what was happening, right? So that is how the director decasted me, asking me to do 1 scene, and I said I will not freaking do 1 scene, not even a powerful scene that it's relevant in the story. You're decasting me to have me do. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. As I heard, he already had someone that he wanted to play that role that was given to me for whatever reason, right? So I don't want to go into that detail, but that is how this director decasted me to give me what? 1 scene and give the 5 scenes to his whomever. I was so hurt because already I felt like I've outgrown these 5 scenes, but you know what, let me just do it so I can get the attention of Remy Jess, and then he'll probably cast me on a regular. But then this director went ahead to even decast me again from the 5 scenes. I said, sir, I'm not going to do the 1 scene, thank you so much. Everyone was like, no, don't walk away, just do the 1 scene. It might look like you walked away from the production of such and such a person. It is rude, it doesn't look good for you in the industry. I said, how does it look good for me to go from this to this, knowing that I don't deserve that? Guys, one thing you should pay attention to, know what you've outgrown and never betray your growth by going back to it. Now, when you have to go back to it, let it be you're making a particular sacrifice, which after the sacrifice, it will take you somewhere even higher than you were before. Do you get? Now, I was walking away when Frederick Leonard called me. This is where he comes into the story. I'll never forget, prior to meeting Frederick Leonard, I used to feel he's this arrogant tyrant MF that, just bullies people about and everything, because he exudes this confidence that makes him come across like he's just a bully and everything. You don't even see him engaging in conversations on location. Like, he's just distinguished in a certain kind of way. Yeah. So when I was walking away to begin with, Frederick Leonard sighted me and called me. I came and joined him in his car, right? And he was like, why are you leaving? We've not even done the film. And I just started crying because the poor dude had no idea what had happened, you get? So I just started crying, explaining to him that this is what the director said. He decasted me, saying that I'm too good for that role, or I don't fit into the... No, he said I'm too good for the role. I should do a 1 scene, yada, yada, yada. And I was crying. I will never forget the way Frederick Leonard encouraged me, right? He spoke to me and even went as far as telling me a lot of his experiences he had while he was coming up in the industry, some of which he has never shared in interviews. And he just confided in me and told me those things just for me to build my courage from them, knowing that things like this do not happen for me to be discouraged about Nollywood, but rather to put my foot down and know that I can beat it and I'm going to stand tall. Like, he encouraged me so much. Like, I left his car feeling so much more better than I did before even going on set. Do you get? So after which I left his car and I was so thankful. I was like, from today you're my big brother, and that's how I'm going to address you, because you didn't just talk to me as an actor, you spoke to me from the depths of your heart, trying to make sure that I feel better before I leave this place. So ever since, that's how I now respect him so much. And I will shoot you if you say shit about him. Do you get? Right. So when I left, a couple of days later, it still hit me that, damn, like, how could I have missed my chance with Remy just because of some director and his selfish reasons, right? Because, guys, to work with Remy is not easy. First of all, he's not someone you can sway with emotions. He's not someone that you can just walk up to him with an artist and be like, sir, this is my cousin. Even if you're his producer or his director, he's a very principled man. You must impress. He must have seen a film of you and he's impressed for you to want to be in his film. And if he has to do an audition, he must be very impressed with your audition before he can cast you. He's not the type to just cast you because you're pleading or because one person or the other introduced you to him. And my total respect to him, because I mean, like, he's that kind of person. You get? So I just knew that this is it. When will I ever get a chance to come across his production and be given a chance for me to show him what I can do? I was sad for a couple of days again. Now, guys, here's the highlight of the story. Fast forward to a couple of months later, about 2 weeks ago, I'm in the house and I get a call from somebody and I'm like, yeah, hello, this is Remy Productions. And I jumped up. And the irony of it all is that even before that time, right, Vicky was so upset by what happened. Vicky is my friend who is the makeup artist. She understands the politics in the industry. And she was like, call Remy and report what has happened. Call him and report. And I'm like, Vicky, I'm not going to go that small just to get a chance before him. I'm just going to put in my best into the opportunities I already have. Maybe in one way or the other, he's going to see my film someday and cast me. Do you get? That's why every role I get, I give him my all, knowing that my next chance would come from that. Do you get? Now, fast forward to a couple of months later, like I said, I get a call, and that was 2 weeks ago, right? And the person says, this is Remy Productions. I'm like, hello? I was eating. I was at home around 9 at night. I was like, hello, good evening, sir. He was like, good evening, my name is Remy Productions. I am calling you in respect of a production I have coming up. I want you to play such and such a character. I'm like, okay, wow, I'm honored, sir. He was like, yes, I've seen a couple of your films and you're incredible. Guys, this man went as far as sending me clips of the movies he saw me in, right? He cut 30 seconds. The other one was a minute plus, and sent it to me and said, I watched you in this film and I was like, this is the character I need for this role. You guys, you have no idea. I was so humbled. My God, thinking about it makes me want to cry, because do you know how many scenes he gave me in his job? He gave me 43 scenes. That is how many scenes I did in his film when he called me. Guys, my heart is so full. I'm so grateful, because it taught me that I'm always correct about wanting to give in my best into the roles I get. It's not about chasing people about in this industry. It's about giving your best into the opportunities you have at hand, so much so that it would attract the people you want to work with or reckon with. You guys, my heart is so full that he called me and cast me. When he told me what role I was playing and sent me the script, I told him how much I charge. He straight up transferred the money. Like, I filmed for him. And I'm making this video to encourage each and every one of you out there to know that sometimes things will fall apart just to fall in place. Here was I beating myself up over losing 5 scenes, and the universe was busy arranging a scenario for me that he was going to give me 43 scenes based on the good efforts I've put into the opportunities I already have at hand. My darling, what are the opportunities you have at hand? Give it your best. and it's going to attract the bigger ones you're targeting. Okay, really, that is what this video is all about. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I am sweating for the gods because the ambience on this road is too much. I had to lock the whole car, and if I turn on the AC, the audio will be bad, so ignore the fact I'm sweating. Okay, just take the message in the lesson, or the lesson in the message. What am I saying? Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you all to stay giving your best in whatever opportunity you have at hand, because therein lies the bigger opportunities you're targeting. I love you. Mwah! Let me go and shoot. Hey!